Hi, I decided to make a video, an updated video of me Nismo mod I made for RFactor, because it was when you read the review, it was a massive amount of work towards the end, but I was right good at it at the time. No idea how done half it now. Especially the editing, the template that come with it for the cars was incredibly detailed, because although a game engine shades a car to some extent, it's like the shade, it don't do it all. So in the template there'll be the shading, all the different layers, all the different patterns. So say for instance I go to one of these other cars, something with a bit of brick coloration. In my template I'd even include like all these colours, all the logos and everything, just tick them on and off. You could go in and flood fill the back panel, tick back on everything else and say yeah, export that as a car. And it'd come out as nice as that, which was lovely. It's one I made myself. In the skins, look, should have said that there, but does have the ones that the players made. So initially I just made a Z-tune after watching an incredible video, I think of Dirk Scheusman, I think is how you say his name, going around the Nürburgring. I mean, this thing was insane, the speed it goes through the revs, and the speed it was doing was almost, people were saying like, it's got to be fake, but it never was. The car is just that quick. I mean, it was, I think it was 600 odd horsepower to tell us some information. So the basic car, the one I was just in, go back to it, when you start the game, I made it to be like a real game, so you start with 1,000 credits, quite a lot, and you get automatically given one or two, one of these cars, I think. So I'll be given one per one. So if I now go into the information, I've got the other car before. So that's the engine that they put in these cars, and this one I think it says the HP somewhere. It's anyway, I think it's about a 600 horsepower share in a different department in the upgrades. So skins and all, sometimes I put in bonus skins, but that's a bit of an issue on some skins. If we go this car quick, where I put in bonus skins, it was also showing this one done it to it. Sometimes you see parts of the car like the wings and stuff was a bit odd, so I don't remember that. But see, like this car here, so you got the main skin and you got a bonus skin, and what it actually is, that's the base of the Pennzoil, probably some other logos that belong to something else, but they're all in the template front logo on there. So I'll come back to this car in a minute. So it started off with a Z-tune, it's the only one I was interested in, basic car colours, and things just got more and more extreme. So in the end I was doing tyres, like that's actually got the tyre texture on there, we can't see it from here, but you just see it there. It's the real tyre texture, nabbed off online, edited as need be. A lot of stuff I'm looking online and then recreate it in the app. So loads of cars, the idea being there's enough cars for the AI. I was trying to do changing wheels, but that didn't work. I did manage to separate the tyre from the wheel in a model, not edited models as such, but altering the details in the file. So you will see different coloured rims and stuff, different tyres in it as well. All new, this is maximum detail settings, obviously this game's years old. All this stuff was really high detail for the time, like these badges. You couldn't handle them at the time on maximum detail. They were whole new texture sizes that we were used to at the time. All these logos are nice, Z-tune there, Nismo, the R badges. So even this here, you added in, it's amazing how they made this game so editable. It really was an incredible game. And I'll tell you what, I've just been driving it, I was doing it for years. I was all over the place, crashing all over the place. You'll see in a minute, I'll try and drive it. I'm just using the PS4 controller, I couldn't find the original joystick or any decent setup, so I'll plug that in so I'm getting used to that as well. But the braking, I mean, it's probably the best driving sim I've played in ages. And obviously I've got the Gran Turismos and stuff on the PS4. I think they've lost something, they haven't gained anything, and these AI are great. I mean, we do have a lot of banging around, I don't mind whacking, rubbing, racing in it. I was doing most of the wrecking, took them all out on the first corner, was totally caught out by the brake. See here we've got a white rim on a black inner, but as I say, it was all so long ago, I have no idea how to do it anymore. don't even have the painting apps anymore to even open the template, because that made a nice video just to look at the complexity. So anyway, that's the basics of what I was doing. I was making the Z tune, and then it just sort of escalated from there. So it's a really fast car and it's quite an handful. And then there's the R tune. So again, I went and got the real specs of it, of an R tune, which is a much less, probably about 400 horsepower. It's still a lovely car, but you know, in gaming, if it ain't massively powerful, it don't feel all that good. So all of these cars, and people, modders at the time, I use their cars for the R tunes, and their skins should always have their name in them. I went searching for it, it was in the file system, but it does show up, or it should. So look, Tony T, always like this car. It's carbon, if you can see it close up, you can see it sort of grit graphic in there, but it looks really nice. But they're all really nice. So everybody done really nice skins. Tony's a few of them, excuse me. So anyone who ever makes a skin is a lovely person automatically, and I love this skin, always love that. I love animated stuff. That's really nice. So what I might have then done is I'd make multiple colours, because I could flip the colours so quickly. See here, look, little Wyndham's a nice job. Hold on, the missus has just arrived. Thank you. Yeah, just quickly go through these skins, because I say people made them, and that's nice that people made them. Tony T again. Let's skip that. Should go through them all really for credit. Shoe 0036, and there's multiple colours of this one. I want to do them all. Sizzling hot, lovely this. Look at this. I say they're all lovely. HBI Racer. Yeah. And you know what, I thought I did these, but I think Tony T come back and it was slightly better than mine. So his one seemed to be in there, it's a bit cheeky. But what's done is done. I don't even think my one's in the standard one anymore. Well, I'm going to do one everywhere. I'm going to eat as well, but I don't know the football. So, that was the R tune. A much more drivable car. So, it made for better racing. The AI seemed to get on quite well with Kume, who made the big Turbo Retrack, which is also a big inspiration for this mod. He made the Falcon car. So at first it was just one of the Z tunes. Lovely little man, but Kume, they also made some tracks and stuff, and often done some modding help for me on things I wanted to change. So he done that car and was like, well, that car needs its own class, doesn't it? So they actually used a special engine and everything for that, so it got a new engine. Not a lot different. You're not doing it now, but it'll have Falcon tyres on, slicks, I think. It actually sits quite well with the Z tune still, even though it's sort of different in other areas. I put them on the track, the AI were all over the place, I think because they were warming the tyres up. But not crashing, some really nice slides, we'll see them in a minute. So I made some others to go with that. This Phillips one, I think I've got this one. I bought this, I bought a few in advance while the money's down. And I just got a massive final pit lane speed limit in my drag car. I was out on the crappy track they made, Leipzig with me. And see all this corruption here, so that's a bit disappointing for me to have that, because that's not my sort of thing I allow for. So that's the wing for the red car, so the blue car has it by default. And his windows, but obviously you're only meant to be seeing the skins which are there, and then they pick up their appropriate wings and stuff. So he's got the Falcon tyres on him, because this one is in the 24-hour one, what's it called it? The Nürburgring Special. So again, in the details, I'll show you at the upgrades in a minute. In the details, the team, the English one. I made this car, and again I went on, and although the logos are effectively copies, I've recreated them, because say you looked on the internet, it weren't good enough quality. Up close, they're really good quality. Hopefully the video recording's doing it justice, because I noticed it drop off when I watched it back. It's actually like really sharp. Just my old eyes can't see it so well. So yeah, look, this is all just stuff I filled in. So Nismo Z1, Nürburgring special is the engine. All the drivers in that have got their own AI. I did think all the people that contributed are in the driver's AI. It could be in the BMW mod, and there's something else as well. Most of them based on real people. If there was any specific, but that would have been a driver in this car in the day. So the full routine. I think because I bought it down to Australia as well. Yeah, Japan, yeah, it's 205. Tetsuya, Takanaka or whatever, his name still seems to be knocking around in racing. Family name. Clarion, I think I made them. Yeah, I made that. And just multiple of them. So what else I can do is I create multiple. As I was saying earlier, is once I've got that in the template, I'll leave it in there and I can swap colours around at the wheel. This was a lovely skin. I'm sneakily using the same now as well. Yeah, some lovely details on these cars. It's amazing how much I used to get done. So I certainly couldn't in this day and age. Yeah, I've been going around and they're gorgeous. I need their drink then. Right. So it was also handy because I thought, how am I going to record this? And it turned out the Windows 10 is built in the Xbox stuff. They built in the capturing. Well, hopefully this is coming out rather well. What I'm even thinking of. I mean, I'm exploring it for myself as much as I am for anybody else. I've used it for years. I couldn't find the game, so I went on to eBay and got one for £3 for a 28 special edition. That's why we got the little Nürburgring track we use. I've managed to download anything else. So let's try and get back on track. So we went D-tune, R-tune, 24 hour. You'll see a couple of different ones like the GT one. It's just where I've used spare skins and stuff just to generate more AI. But these guys will run the slicks because they're GT cars. More warming up they need. Oh, this was Automotive Forums, massive at the time. I made this skin for them. And then I just banged it in the different colours, really just to give myself AI to fight against that weren't all in the same car. Calsonic we know I'd done, and just multiple colours. B-Team, it's just where you see some colours that look really nice, like look at that in black. That works, doesn't it? So then I'll just try even more colours, silver, lovely. You know, red, everyone loves a bit of red. Feeler Team I made from scratch, one of my early cars. I was quite proud of that. I love some of these curves. Obviously copied their logos, but the curving and all that I done. I was all at the time learning the app. Oh, and you see the split coloured rims as well. Thought that was a nice set of colours, purple and green and red. Pendle, copy the real one, that had the real driver's information and stuff on it. And then I've done a B-Team, just some colours. And I've noticed if you look at this nice line, obviously like that nice line, I stashed that in a few other cars in the bonus skins. So much later on, all that was done, I was having a lovely time, tweaking things and fixing things. And then I saw this drag car, funny car, does the wheelies and all that. Gas Motorsport it was, it's Australian. Lovely looking it was, obviously it didn't look anything like this, it was a funny car. And it has big wheels at the back, little at the front. Now I've actually made big at the front, little at the back physics, and I'll show you that at some point. That's where I got the pit lane speed and there you go. Doing about 200 miles an hour in a short straight. But the big wheelies and the stuff. Oh yeah, this saw this at the beginning, so here's to say that bonus skin, you can see it's got the Pennzoil bit at the bottom. It's a nice touch. So, we go from that, and then we go to upgrades. So, obviously learning the upgrade system, let me go back to my own car. So I thought when you bought a car, you got the kit. It seems you don't. I bought a car and it was still just as easy. So then you had to go in the upgrades. And say you're playing online and you want to, so you can basically use any car as any type of car. Makes sense, of course. So you choose your favourite skin, and then if you're playing online, you install the package you want. And you can see as you click the packages, what does happen here? When you tick these, they tick along, but they can only show you up to 4. So where I've got significant little grey, basically it's sitting over here somewhere. So when you see them greyed out, don't panic. When they go through, the Z-tube was the original, you see it all in the first box. Because everything after that becoming an add-on or an upgrade. So say we go to the R-tube, go through the packages. He's going to have, so installed at the minute is what's on this car, but the star is what you'd get if you upgraded. So you see it's ticked along one box. But ignore the ticking along, so say there's limited only as many as 4 boxes. So you'd get drag reduction 1, you would get weight reduction 2, it's all relevant, standard body, you would get the Falcon tyres, which again is another road tyre. You see them written there, and it should have a tread under there somewhere. Seems to be able to see it from the back, you can't see it. Yeah, loads of choice of tyres, and I say relevant to whatever car we're driving. Hard and soft slicks, that was for players more than anything. Eyelids on and off. Roll cage in them now, that's a nice touch, but the Z-tube wouldn't have a roll cage, that's where the stars are. But that's a nice touch, and you turn the roll cage on and off. Virtual mirrors for personal. And the engine, I ended up with a bundle of engines. So you got a basic Z-tube, 630 horsepower, 420 is the R-tube, so there's the star, that's what you get if you bought the package. 550 is another special, interesting. And these gas ones was just me going over the top. So RB26s, this engine souped up, 1250 brake horsepower. I've looked them up and seen them, and then I've come from that. And the drag car had 1600 horsepower, but it was made from a V8, I think. So that should say V8 there, and the drag lot, I don't know why it's still added 2, there is a reason for it, still the car wheel. So that was the engine's driveline and wheel drive, so wheel drive a big drag car, not really anything else. Maybe though, and movable ballast. So in the game, I don't know why more guys weren't using movable ballast. It would be, I think, it coming for penalties when they've done it in the touring class, but it's a really useful thing. So, even if your car didn't have ballast, you might have had ballast, then shift it around in the car. It wouldn't actually work online in the class packages, it would work offline if you want. And for the drag car, it tells you here, say, 2080, cars all over the place. But you've got to remember, when you choose the drag setup, although you visually can't see it, the physics tell the car that it's got massive back wheels and tiny front wheels, and you will know about it. You know, steering it and stopping it is really difficult. So, the best thing to do now, I think, is to put them on the track. I could probably drive an R-tune, but because I'm going to quit me E, we'll put a Z-tune on the track with the AI drive engine. So let's make sure he's selected, he's not purchased, it's just what he's fitted with. And let's see these boys go, because I'll tell you one thing I'll point out quick before there's a load of engine noise. I've done a sneaky trick, which was to get the wastegate sound. I used the gear change and put it on the end of the gear change. So every time they change gear, you get a wastegate, which actually works really well. Look, I just spotted Brembo calipers. The discs have got cuts and grooves and stuff in them, and you'll see them heating and cooling. All that you had to tweak when making mods. And tyre temperatures, I had terrible trouble with tyre temperatures, I had to keep changing stuff. So anyway, let's do a race weekend. Nürburgring come with this version, it's a special edition. Race it, so I'll just go straight to the race. And opponents here, again, really for online use, all the different classes, so we just got to see. You could easily tick on some others, but I won't yet, that will work with that class. Ours will be a lot slower to see. This class here will give you absolutely everybody, so N34R is everything in this category. So I'm going to turn that on. And we're just going to take Z-tunes, which is the road game ones in the standard road colours. Just going to block the mic. You put on background noise. Yeah, Mrs. is fighting it. It's put on background noise in the house and put that deep. So I'm just going to paint the AI on. If I try and drive this at this stage, I'll smash it. Go on, Paul, what do you want to do that? engines. You see the initial wastegate through here. Let's see how well it does the revs. But it's actually the upshift that's causing it. Whoa, look at that, 60 good movement there. And considering the AI is probably not that high, I'll have to back. Watch it, I don't know. I just forgot how good RFactor was. I mean, the AI, yeah, you rub. Anyone who don't like a bit of rub really ain't a bit of wuss. The rub is great. When you watch these guys, they don't muck about when you're in the mix of them. You really not going to muck. But once you sort yourself out, so that's two options. Other things I used to make was the AI paths for the AI, because as most of you know, when you play against AI, this track looks pretty good actually. They don't defend properly because they're not actually human, so it always had these two lines, like an overtaking line. Never really worked as well as you think. You do see them using it. I set them up like here, they would come in at a much more defensive angle, or a motorbiking line, so you drop in close to the apex halfway through the corner. That way they defend against the player diving on the inside. So I was always into that as well. But God knows where all that is now. I couldn't find anything. There's more cars that I made up. So although they look fairly static, look at that, like toe to toe, and they will start making moves. People make mistakes, look, because every car's got its individual AI settings. You know, you can fill out this little document. Normally I give myself high specs. Look at that, look, I mean that's actually nudging each other. Most games, they just drive around in exactly the same order as they left. Look in the background, there's a guy losing it on the rumble strip. So, model side of the minute you actually go, which is a brake seat up there as well. Look at that. I mean, not many games at the minute have AI that are this interesting. So the front's got all the stern, but a bit of chaos out of these lot. And the front's still battling, so it might reel them back in if they don't fight. No, that's got through. Hot brakes, nice touch. Mainly made a move as well. I'm fine where I am. So although we're meant to be looking at the cars, it is quite incredible. You can sit and watch them go around. Where were I last? No, I can't remember what I was driving. Plus I as well again. I don't know what everything's jumped out old time. Maybe not. Maybe we'll find out. Not legal. That idea was going on there. Sure, it's because at the back, it's quick line notes, stats are high, so I'm guessing just an initial pushed it back. I reckon we'll see it make progress, certainly back here. Because I know the stats are high, being the original inspiration. Started to think like right. Watch it coming in and we'll so I'm sneaking some food quick. Right. So I've tried one recording earlier, and I know it don't always show it as good as the game is. It's actually looking really sharp. On maximum settings, I think I'm on res-wise only on something like 13 by 8, I don't know, something like that. Now when I drove it I was quite surprised. It's one of the best games I've felt in a long time. The way I could feel the car and the sound as well, so I could hear the cars all around me. Right, jokes having a terrible time. Just near the pump there, it was like, I'm down the road. But obviously because it's me, you know, his stats are pretty high. I wouldn't want to be loitering around at the back, would I, like dirt? That's not really that far in it, though. I reckon he's just got lucky in the others battle. Right, so I'm almost bored with this now. Whoa, something's happening there. So I'm going to check the things on then. I'm sure I made them too. Yeah, I think Tony's a different one. It's got more detail in it. This is my basic one I originally made. It's weird, I'm pressing the keys a little bit unresponsive. Never liked the external view. Some of the RFactor, beautiful big car. This view, it steers from the rear, it's the weirdest looking thing. Watching through a couple of corners, it just feels all wrong. It's like the back's nailed to the ground and you steer the front. I prefer to steer from the front, let the back wander around. That's probably how most, I drive most things now. Our cars, just I'm driving from the front. But RFactor drove beautifully big car. It's the best position to be. Probably because the outside was garbage. Right, I'm bringing it out. I'm going to leave track and just quickly show you this ridiculous drag car, which sort of got no usable reason to exist other than I wanted to make it. Did anyone ever make a drag strip track? This is the real question. I don't think they did, but I wish they had. Let's do the show home so we stop messing about. Someone's banging, hopefully you're not hearing that. So because it started out as Z-Tune, you always own that one, and I've installed this one. What I'll do is, it don't matter what track you're on, but it's undrivable anyway, as I'm going to run it. But I'm going to just nick to Montreal. I mean, that really helps. Let's just stick to what we're on. Opponents are relevant, I'm on testing. Oh, weird, isn't it? This is not been tested. I think actually in testing you do get the odd person on the track. You certainly see them in the garage. With this car, if you have automatic AI on, look at this, look, they're drag tyres, it says, or at least it figures they are, as I said they were. So earlier, right, I found you could tweak this as well and make it semi-manageable. But on this occasion, I'm not going to, but I'm going to put it in the wheelie mode. Go like, it'd be, say if we had a real drag strip, it'd be awesome. Oh yeah, so if you've got this on auto pit, he'll drive straight into that man in front of you, and that'll be the end of him. So I'm actually in control now, apparently. Maybe I'm not. I was certainly meant to be. That's weird controls. Yeah, the controls. Well, I'll tell you what, I just picked up the PS4 controller. My real PS4 controller, not the one I've just plugged in. This car's absolutely lethal, so I will go out of car. Wow, I couldn't get it to steer. No wonder the thingy guy struggled. So what happens is as soon as you give it any throttle, the front wheels lift up. You fit a real drag car, they'll be rolling out. I mean, we're talking funny cars, we're talking top fuel cars. This is what this is potentially now. I haven't got much analogy on this controller at the minute because I was all over the road. So that's like no throttle at all. Just get out of this pit lane, I can't afford to buy it. So it looks drivable, let's say any throttle, and it's gone. But if you had a drag strip, you go bang! And it would all be about controlling the throttle, especially if you had a clutch. You really need it on. Now the AI the other day was landing this car, and you see the speed it do. That's the front slide. Right, a bit of a straight here. So I haven't got the clutch set up, which is really annoying for what I'm trying to show you. We're going to go out car, I think. Yeah, it's not really good view. The speeds. I need all that braking room. So you have to remember just to roll forward as soon as you throttle the front ends up. You've got to imagine them tiny little biting wheels at the front. Massive rear wheels. So no front grip. And it even gets very dangerous at high speed, which you don't even do a watch drag racing. If they lose that line, they're in trouble. I want to try and get you around the straight, but I think we're wasting our time. This is more a thing with a different track. But you do over 200 down the main straight and still stop potentially. I also have to explain why they have parachutes just trying to stop a car with that setup. Not an easy business. So the other two gas modes with the big engines, they are drivable. It's only when you put it in this specific drag setup, it's intentionally over the top, because it's running a different set of physics. All I'm going to do is get around the main straight, give it one more maximum, see if we can do speed wise. Get the hang of it. I don't think you'd be going on like that in a game of this, because you could certainly do a drag race if someone made a track. I mean, all they do is we make a drag strip, I'm sure there's one somewhere, and then just have a long back loop to come back around. Right, there's someone do the quarter mile, go! Oh, I'm losing it on the wobble here, wobble was going to get out of there. The wobble had me, and I wasn't looking where I was going. That's enough of that. Right, so you got the idea. Now what I will do is do a quick R-tune. Just confirm the package is in. Yes, package is in. And I would actually drive it. Control felt a lot better than to be fair. So it's automatically flipped this time, that's good. I'll probably should have done racing it. Random position and stuff, no idea what the AI is. I'm not very high, but don't expect me to immediately win just really quickly after. But what we're looking at is the AI. So actually I haven't driven on these tyres yet. This is the other car was like bang, so the same power. I drive the car. I kept missing the rain down here, so I'm going to come up a little early. Yeah, I think right. So the amount of feel this game got, all four tyres, right in the fuel car, and I'm getting back on someone, you know, getting under, feeling the, especially on the Z-tune, it's got a ton of power. These tire's a little more forgiving. Or sounds better than the brakes. Adjusting the seat where I only go forward because that top's annoying me. So on the Z-Trim I kept overrunning on the braking. These tyres are great, the tyres are really fine. So you see like now you get that bite on the get that bite on the rear tyres all the driving time. I've got lead, I've got 2 lead up for me. Well, that's done. There's some kind of steering on one I couldn't put the throttle down. There's no need in this car to hold back on the throttle. Oh, me and all I've run that little bit couple delivery. Like that. Because that was good, that I felt it going and didn't react. I thought, yeah, it's going to roll around like wood. Yeah, look, the back had gone actually, hadn't it? Just before the curve. Gran Turismo and that, yeah, you wouldn't have even noticed it, you just carried on driving. Even Project Cars at the moment. I just don't know. Well, Project Cars are free, I just got the other week. It's sure the arcade, this is repetitive. So right now, the guys right behind me, the noise is superb. Hearing the whole time. Can't feel it. What it is right now with the controller, I actually dead loading that up, I was getting wiggly all over the place. So it's not the game, it's the controller. I'm not getting the big wobble one. So again, the controller really just plugged in and started working. So I'm at the real controller like in the old days. We used to set up with your calibration and damn it, I was looking to witness. See, here's where I'm having the trouble keeping it in a straight line. So I've had to put the dead zone out quite high just to stop it and reduce the sensor. Always crash. Couldn't cut a mind at the time. I'll have that. Classic AI line, but I'll have a bit of that as well. So I'm back in this. One mate, I like to see that kind of driving from an AI. Cruise control tilt too quick. Tyres. They are all the tyres we spend a lot of time on, so if you overdrive, you should overheat the tyres. Pull it really back in. If we looked at that might be one of my pushing the tyres, right? Then you can't just slide in the tyres all over the place on the road. You've got people getting on it. So just on the outside, right, so he got the cut back. When the mirror's gone, I like to press the button and turn it on. There you are. But yeah, you know, even that, I knew exactly where they were. See when the fencing was saying, good I on this, the track's got a good guy. He definitely sensed me coming when it's the block. There is an option there, he's got me in the crowd. He's got me outside, mate, he's got me run on me. That's all me again, because I heard him on the outside, he took me on. What's them tyres in up, that's what we've got. Now I've got a back force. See that tyre just pushing on the run. Nice side. well, I was lucky, that was pure luck. I didn't hit anybody. Look at the time. So I've got to reel myself in. Nice, I think he's overtaken me. A couple of laps fast. Yeah, lovely. So now I feel that different tyre on, so they've done such a good job, man, this game. Feel that tyre looser than the others. Still having this problem straight, not wobbling. See it pulling towards the hot tyre. Again, it didn't want to run on the hot tyre, but I think there's some kind of steering aid on. That at times I'm trying to get on the throttle and it won't let me. I'm being too heavy on the brakes. But right now I'm pulling the throttle on. See the tyres coming back, you can see it. You know, you haven't got to start driving around like this daisy, but you keep sliding in, that tyre's going to push. You're going to go nowhere. Oh, there's why the problem is on the brake, this transition. So it's quite, still got way too much sensitivity. I know what position we're in. Oh my god, we're 13. I felt like I was in the front. I'm only catching these up because they're getting a scratch. Still more to do, so in that case then we better push on that tyre. Wow, Tony would be look at that, now that's good aggressive driving. So I tell you what, real life, let that be a dollar like that. Well, I don't know, it's 5 8 like that. Come on, bro. Cars both sides. Oh, I know the trouble was there was the steering wheel sat on, and I was trying to go there, but I couldn't go. See how I made these come on to the sort of motion pace or someone spun something. I'm having to counter that, there's a wobble when I brake. I'm having to counter it on a brake thing, which is quite difficult. Right on the limit of these tyres, aren't they? That was just not I'm used. I'm on fun controls. I mean, used it so long I was getting knackered. 3 or 5, I'm not going to make it. Yeah, fuck's gone. Huge cars all over me. Tyre and all everything's carbon one. Pushing me through the corner, that's good aggression. Come on, we can make it. Sort of 8 now, I can't manage 5 laps. Plus I wanted to make progress. Oh, it ends on 5, like, see what I mean, rather than have to finish on that, is it? Steering wheel's a nightmare there, whatever's on. I'm trying to get over and it just wants to hold me out there. rightly so, and he kind of helped there like a hindrance, and as they should be. Yeah, I might come in there, mate. Stop being so aggressive. You then made a mistake. Oh, lovely day I think himself. Sorry. Oh no, don't run wide there, it's a lethal corner. See me again after counter on the brake. I'm getting round this steering wheel, so I was over steering to the shoulder back from. I'd have just got in a state, I'd have had a crack at those guys again. Put the wrong line in. That's the other thing with this game. You haven't done all these silly different coloured lines in the road. You see the braking zone, and I used to mark it as well. You know, if you set the line, you will see that braking light got marks there. That's your track guide. Where they lay the rubber down, it's a much better way of doing it. Not ones, even the same project cars put horrible little signs for the road, which you sort of need to play the game. Well, that's weird, I was expecting that red. See, to me, there was, now it's one more to go, isn't it? Or is it over? Check the flags up. I ain't played it in a long time. It might be over. I want to risk versus escape. The fact that I'm not a DNF suggests it did end. It's a weird way of ending, wasn't it? Hey, but I'll tell you what, that was the hardest fault I've ever had. That's a proper battle. Right, let's come out. That's it for a minute. I can't think of much more to tell you or show you at the moment. All I know is I've mentally lost it. What would have been nice if I downloaded the big track and showed you that car on the Nürburgring, just flying, gorgeous. We'll come back to it.